Hello, welcome back once again. In this tutorial, I would like to show how I draft this 6 pieces gown with stylish yoke. You can see how it fitted on me. Very beautiful gown. This tutorial consists of 2 parts. This part is for drafting of it. Here is the starting line, the bust point, under bust point, the waistline, and the full length of my gown. 3.5 inches is my neck width and 3.5 inches my front neck depth. I connect it. Half of my shoulder is 8 inches. I'll put that and connect the slant it with 1 inch slant. That's the shoulder slope. Connect a straight line of 9 inches for my armhole length and connect it. That's the chest line. Half of my bust span is 4.5. That means putting 5 inches, adding seam allowance to a half inch seam allowance to make it 5. I'm gonna use the full length of 50 inches for my gown. From my shoulder, I mark 7.5 inches. That's the length I want my yoke. Extend the bust span to over bust part and mark 1 inch at both sides as the dart. Then here, I have to go at the center front 0.75, then side front 1.5 inches and connect it straight down to the hem side. That's the dart intake. Connect the whole line together. Divide my armhole divided by 2. I have to come in by 0.75 and connect it a straight line first. Replace the dart intake from the over bust side of 1 inch there. Mark my bust measurement divided by 4 plus the dart intake there and the 2 inches seam allowance. Connect it. Getting to my under bust. My under bust divided by 4 plus dart intake plus 2 inches seam allowance. Connect it. Next, quarter of my waist plus dart intake plus 2 inches seam allowance and connect it. Extend to my hip part divided by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. I have to connect it. I like the line with a marker. You can see that's my yoke part. Then the measurement from my hip part, I have to extend it to hem part, going by 1 inch. And I added 2 inches at the waist point, at the side front, 2 inches at the waist point, and also at the under bust. Connect it to 4.5 inches at the bust point. That's the curve we are going to take there, the yoke curve. Go ahead and curve and cut the parts. We are done for this front bodice. That's the pattern for this. Okay, it has a yoke there. Here is the center front and that's the side front and the yoke. The back bodice drafting the starting line. Here is the bust point and the waist point and hip point. 3.5 inches is the neck width of the back and 1.5 is back neck depth. Half of my shoulder 8 inches and connect. I have to step down slant it by half an inch and connect my armhole length of 9 inches like I did at the front part. That's my chest line. Imputing my bust span of 5 inches. Usually what I did at the front part that I'm repeating here. Half of my armhole and now went in by half inch, but at the front part I went in by 0.75. Then at the waist part I impute the measurement, that intake of 1 inch there, step down by 6 inches and connect, but I later reduced the waist that intake to half an inch. Then for my shoulder I impute my 7.5 inches for my yoke. My bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance Repeat on my waist measurement divided by 4 plus that intake and 2 inches seam allowance. The 2 inches out and the 4.5 inches curve waist part. Then at the hem part, I have to come in by half an inch and connect it. It's a pencil, kind of a pencil gown. And at the, what I didn't show you here, I don't know when I skip it, at the zipper board, I have to go in by half an inch there and start cutting the whole thing out. So everything is easy. If you have watched to this point, I have to thank you so much. You can see the part 2 of this. Please, I don't want you to miss that. See you on my next post. Bye bye.